Hi everyone, how are you doing and welcome back. So DICE just released sort of a update on kind of what they're sort of changing and what they've learned from the open beta, and I thought I'd just quickly cover some of the key sort of points I've kind of noted down. I'm not going to go into everything because we were here for ages, so the link to it will be in the description and the comments down below, and I do recommend you guys checking it out, kind of watching the few videos they've done on like, sort of the changes to like UI, the map and all that kind of stuff, just so you can see it more in person. I will have a few screenshots, but better just to see kind of a bit of gameplay on it, and just got kind of go into more details, just go kind of be just a brief summary about it all. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into it. So the main one that I've seen kind of that's been highlighted is towards the top of the notes is movement changes. So they've added strafe into sliding. Kind of before in the betas, you probably done and seen and tested. Once you start sliding, you can't really move. I know, like in Battlefield 5, you could do some pretty crazy things with sliding. So in this, it's good to see that that you can do some strafe sliding, but I don't know how it will help you in gunfights. Obviously, I found myself sliding more so when I'm not in gunfights. Just to get around the map quicker, or just to kind of, just if I'm sliding around a corner or something like that, or if I'm like out in the open and across an open area. So that's been changed. Vaulting, sort of over moving objects. So I guess that's for anything that's kind of moving. I guess vehicles and stuff like that. So you can move over, sort of vault over, sorry, moving objects. And the jumping's been tweaked as well. So I think they've done it so that there's kind of toning down this jump spam, because I know like in the beta everybody was jumping around. It was a bit like that Battlefield 3 meme where everybody's kind of rabbits just jumping around. It was a bit like that, getting into gunfights, jumping around corners. There wasn't really a penalty to either accuracy or sort of movement speed, so I'm guessing that's kind of what they've done. I'm hoping it's kind of gone that way, because I remember in like previous games, like in Battlefield 5 and obviously previous ones, where if you start jumping, your gun sort of gets your character kind of loses the accuracy of the gun. In that sense, kind of like when you jump, like the gun is a lot less accurate, which I think how it should be. And also you sort of slowly your character becomes slower as well, and it can't jump as far and jump as high if you just keep spamming it without kind of moving around. So I'm guessing that's what they've kind of done with it, but we'll have to wait and see for the full release. The grenade indicator's been added, which is good. I mean, it was fun to use a grenade when you knew there was no indicator, because I used to have people like push me and I like kind of throw a grenade where I was, so they'd run around the corner and get sort of blown up by it. But then it also happened to me as well. But I am glad that they've added an indicator, because the only way to kind of tell was looking out for that kind of smoke effect that was behind the grenade. And obviously when things are happening around you, you can't always be on the lookout for that if you're kind of in multiple engagements. Also, looking at the UI, the sort of compass is permanent, so I guess I've seen people saying that's kind of to do with hazard zone, but it's also in the multiplayer as well, which I guess is useful. Got more information at your fingertips to be able to kind of give to your squad, especially like kind of proper directions like northeast, southwest, plus the bearings of like, I don't know, 210, stuff like that. So how to find enemies, that would be good. And I've seen it's quite a big one actually. So the entry and exit animations for vehicles have been either reduced or sort of in time to do it, and all removed entirely. So I think that they've kind of like added it in for Battlefield 5 and also Battlefield 1, kind of sort of improved upon it and added to it in both games, and now it's kind of been removed. So I guess they're kind of going for that more fast pace, I guess, kind of gameplay, which I mean, yeah, I'm all for. But yeah, I just don't know why for this game they've removed it from when they've like added it in for Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, and then removed it for this. I mean, I guess it's just the way they want to take the game. But I did know like most of the vehicles, obviously like the transport and stuff, don't really have any doors on them, so I guess you can kind of, if you wanted to be more realistic, like just jumping out of them and stuff like that. But yeah, so they've obviously removed that for this game, which yeah, I mean, I'm all for. I mean, there have been times in previous games where during the animation I've been climbing out or climbing in and I've been shot. So I guess it's just kind of removing that randomness and kind of locking the character, like locking the player out of being able to move and stuff like that while doing that animation. Health regen as well has been, I think it's slowing down the time it takes for the healing effect to start. So it sort of takes longer for the healing to sort of kick in, the sort of self heal. So I guess therefore making medics, making the need for medics more so. So like there is a reason to kind of pick the medic class to heal people, because it'd be quicker for you to get a medic to heal you than kind of waiting around for it to sort of start auto healing. And they've also, sort of to aid in visibility and stuff like that of the enemy, they've added a tint to enemy soldiers within So I'm not sure what they kind of mean by that. I guess like what they did with Battlefield 5, it kind of gives a bit of a highlight to them, to kind of make them a bit more visible. And then within 10 meters, there's like an icon that gets put above their head. Obviously, unless they're like behind cover or behind a wall or over a hill. But if they're like kind of in line of sight, then so I guess a red icon gets added to their head. Which I mean, yeah, more for me. Hopefully, it will stop the whole like shooting teammates and stuff like that. Especially if hardcore gets added. I mean, obviously there won't be that kind of icon in hardcore, but you know, just stop that sort of needless shooting of teammates, which then can get you killed if it alerts enemies and stuff like that. So, moving on to servers, they're sort of bringing, sort of not bringing, sorry, they're being, they kind of like tweaked how they're kind of being filled. So I think before, what would happen is you'd kind of at the very start of the beta, I've seen quite a few AI. So what would happen is you'd kind of join a server that would kind of have AIs and players in it, and then the server wouldn't get filled up, so the AIs would stay in the game. But they kind of tweak that now to where when you join a server, if people leave, that server I guess becomes priority. They can get filled by other people. So instead of it just kind of being loads of AIs and only a few players, they kind of tweaked it to make sure that servers are actually being filled up over time. And they've also fixed the out of region server joining, because I remember before, like, because I'm like EU servers, I'd end up joining like other like North America or like even like Oceania servers. So I'd have like 300 ping. I thought most of the time it was like hit reg or something like that. Then I saw like a tip on, I think it was Reddit or on YouTube. Make sure that you're in the right server. So I checked, and like the first game I got into was like 300 ping. So I left, rejoined, and then got put in an EU server around 20 ping. So I'm glad that's fixed. You know, it was the first few times it happened, I was like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like nothing's connecting. I'm just getting absolutely destroyed. But I think that was one of the problems. But you know, so that's good to see that they fixed that. UI, you know, massive complaints about that, but it's good to see. I know in the beta they said it wasn't added, but the big map, sort of being able to open the whole map and kind of see what flags to take and kind of what enemies or vehicles that have been spotted kind of appear on the map, so you can kind of get a better overview instead of having to kind of look at this really small mini map in the bottom left corner. You can look at the whole map now and get a proper picture and kind of plan better where you should head next and kind of what objects you should either defend or capture next, and that kind of thing. That's good. Obviously the screenshot here, I'll put it up, and yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Obviously the comm rows have been added, you know, that whole need medic, need ammo, request vehicle, pickup, all that please, thank you, all that kind of thing. That's been added in. I mean, yeah, I like the look of it. I do prefer kind of the circle option of it, but I mean, I'll have to wait and see if the square's quicker to select things. Hopefully, you know, it's still as quick as like Battlefield 5 to kind of select and to kind of say stuff and stuff like that. Just so that way then you're not kind of distracted, and it's just quicker to do it like that. The ping system's back. I think they're just continuing it from Battlefield 5. You know, the whole, if you mark the enemy, it comes up red, and obviously like, there's the whole danger ping if you know you're just marking a general area. And they've added sort of more support scoring assists. So you know, for transport assists, spawn, resupply, healing, all that kind of thing. Kind of get more XP for that, which is good. I mean, obviously it all promotes team play, which is kind of one of the core pillars of Battlefield. And then talking about team play, so next kind of part is team and squad play. So sort of this is how I kind of see. So look, there is the whole kind of old school Battlefield class leveling up, and then it's kind of switches to specialists after 4 to 6 hours. It kind of seems like. So it says here for the first 4 to 6 hours in the full game, expect to be working with reduced array of gadgets. So obviously you only got a few gadgets. So I mean, that's medical crate, ammo crate, the recoil M5, and the repair tool as starting gadgets. And then from there, you sort of, as you slowly rank up, you unlock more gadgets that you can use across each specialist and each loadout. So I think starting off is just the general kind of old school kind of class setup, and then after sort of you've unlocked more stuff, it becomes then kind of the Battlefield 2042 way of where every specialist has every gadget option available to them, and you can kind of pick and choose then to get more specific with how you want to play the game. And yeah, just so by leveling up and unlocking more, you know, you slowly unlock more stuff. So I'm not sure if that's like tied to specialists or if it's going to be tied to like your just general rank. We'll wait and see. And then there's this thing as well where it's called a surgeon flow. So I think it's basically like, you know, like the start of the game, you can kind of see what it was in Battlefield 5. I can't remember which other ones it was in. But you can kind of see at the start kind of an overview of your squad, so basically what level they are, what weapons and specialization, sorry, people are using sort of pre-game. I think it's probably more to link in with Hazard Zone, but I know it is a multiplayer, so that way I guess you can kind of see what kind of your squad's using and then kind of pick and choose which ones you should run as well to kind of make a good composite. I'm guessing that's what it's kind of for. I mean, I don't know if it will be used like that. I think it's just going to be, you know, to show off skins and show off your player card and stuff like that, but it's kind of what they've added in that wasn't in the beta. But that's kind of it for this video. I wanted to keep it short. Those are kind of like the main kind of specific things that I kind of took note on, and yeah, kind of saw that kind of, I guess, positive changes or things that the guys kind of DICE have recognised. But I do recommend you checking out the link, like I said, in the description, in the comments down below. Make sure to just give it a good kind of read. I mean, it's probably only like 10 minutes if that, and just watch the videos as well. So a good few snippets. You can't really see much from the screenshots, but yeah, just give it a good look. Do recommend. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. Go be doing pretty much every kind of Battlefield 2042 content when it releases, you know, tips, tricks, guides, everything else in between. So make sure to subscribe for that if you want to see that. Leave a comment down below, kind of what you're looking forward to with the game. Do you think these changes are going to make a difference to the game, you know, make it better? Also drop a comment, what can I improve with these videos? Always looking to make them better. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.